as the temperatures are rising, many of us will be hitting the pool soon. And our next guest is making it his mission to advocate for water safety after his own terrifying experience. Four-time Olympic medalist Cullen Jones says he nearly died by drowning at 5 years old. He was at an amusement park when a water slide flipped over, trapping him underwater for 30 seconds. This terrifying near-death experience led his parents to enroll him in swim lessons, and he went on to become one of the most decorated black swimmers in U.S. history. Now he's working to break even more racial barriers in swimming in honor of Water Safety Month. Jones is teaming up with Diversity in Aquatics to expand access to swim education in underserved communities. And Cullen Jones is joining us now. Cullen, thank you so much for being with us. We truly appreciate it.
Thank you so much for having me.
So your story is just remarkable, from nearly drowning as a child to becoming a decorated Olympian. So how does this shape your advocacy now?
You know what? I had humble beginnings. A friend of mine kind of coined it, from the bottom of the pool to the top of the podium. And I believe in a little bit of irony. So for me, I was almost one of the statistics that I'm trying to fight at this point. So I understand and I empathize for anyone who's had a negative experience around water. And so my big thing is to try to drop the barriers that we're seeing when it comes to people learning to swim, especially people of color. And the number one thing right now is access and fear. So we want to make sure that we're alleviating that. So as you said, I partnered with Diversity in Aquatics because I believe it's important in all sports that representation is so important.
Absolutely. And I got to say, I'm a huge fan of the Olympics. I got to cover two of them in Sochi and Rio, and I've been watching your career as well. And one thing that we've noticed is more and more black swimmers throughout the years having a huge impact, especially on Team USA. And you've said that swimming shouldn't be a privilege, it should be a right. So how do we accomplish that regardless of race or income?
Well, the first thing is finding them, right? So we want to make sure that we're lowering the barrier to entry when it comes to access. So working with Diversity in Aquatics, we have a website, diversityaquatics.org/find a pool. That's it. Find a pool. We have a geo target that's on there that will help you find one. I know growing up, it was hard for me growing up in the inner city of New York and New Jersey. Finding a pool was the first thing. So for the parents and guardians out there for your children, please go onto the website. Let's take care of that. The second thing is fear. Okay. I nearly drowned. My mom went against the grain by saying, this is not going to happen again. I'm going to get my child water safe by having proper lessons. And so we're seeing a lot of families that don't do that. 64% of Black Americans don't know how to swim, 54% of Latino Americans don't know how to swim, and 38% of Caucasians don't know how to swim. We cannot treat the water like fire, hot, stay away if we've had a negative experience. We need to get our children safe around the water, and the best way to do that is through swim lessons.
That's so important. Can't treat the water like it's fire. We've got to kind of face that fear and get into the pool.
Exactly.
So let's talk about parents here. For parents out there who have young kids, what tips do you have for them to help their children get ready for the swim season?
I would say get your children in as early as possible. And I want everyone to know that my mom is 72 and she's in the water. So don't give me the excuse that I'm too old. No, it's never too young. It's never too old to get into the pool. But I put my son into swim lessons at Goldfish at 6 months. And now every day I hear, can we go to the pool? Can we go to the pool? Because he's never had a negative experience. He loves the water. And we see that for countless children across America. When you don't have a negative experience, children love to be in the water. As you said, Whit, it's getting warm outside. People are going to want to get in there. So we want to make sure we're giving them swim lessons. We're keeping them positive experiences around the water. And if you've had negative experiences, trust me, empathize. I get it, but you've got to stick with it. It took me 5 different teachers before I started feeling comfortable after my near drowning. So just don't give up.
Don't give up. Love it. By the way, we're loving the photographs too, seeing you out there in the pool with the kids, making a big difference. Four-time Olympic medalist Cullen Jones, thank you so much for your time. We appreciate it.
Thank you so much.